It's hard to explain why some things get started with such great enthusiasm and then sort of fall apart. People lose interest, people move on. And then there's Patrick Murphy's story tonight about this group of ladies who got together in a parlor a long, long time ago. They were getting together just for themselves. And yet what they started continued long after they were gone.
They call themselves the Ladies Friday Musical Club. And at their most recent concert, they celebrated the founding of their Musical Appreciation Society 125 years ago.
I got involved in 1943. I had two ambitions as a young girl, one to get married and one to get in the Ladies Friday Music Club. Not necessarily in that order.
The Ladies Friday Musical Club was formed in 1882 by two St. Louis society women, Carrie Glazer, an accomplished singer, and Lizzie Dry, who played classical piano.
I think Lizzie Dry graduated with a degree in cultural enthusiasm or something, some strange kind of degree. So when they came here to St. Louis, she said, oh, St. Louis needs to have some classical music and we need to enjoy each other. So they started performing with each other in each other's homes.
The tradition of musical Fridays was passed from one generation of women to the next and continues today. The club is selective about its membership.
If you would like to be in the club and you have to be sponsored by two people, then you must audition for a committee and then they vote on whether you will become a member or not.
And if you are selected, you'd better keep your Fridays open.
The founders themselves decided to meet on Friday. So if you can't commit yourself to Fridays, then you might as well not audition for the club, because that's one of the criteria.
And you don't get in without talent.
Lizzie Dry and Carrie Glazer would be very, very proud, because all of our people are professional musicians, and they're in many, many other musical organizations. We have symphony players, we have people who are teaching privately on the college level. We have a composer in residence who had a Fulbright to study composing in France. We just have a cross-section of the best musicians in St. Louis, the best classical musicians in St. Louis.
If the club is a throwback to an earlier age when mixed company was off taboo, even in today's more enlightened world, in order to join the Ladies Friday Musical Club, you still have to be, well, a lady.
A man from the Red Cross wanted to speak to the ladies. They would like contributions for the Red Cross, and the ladies voted unanimously no. He couldn't come and talk to the group. But they did donate $10.
No one, I'm sorry to say, no one has felt the need to have men in the organization.
Letting a man in would totally mess things up.
Oh, it's a blessing. I mean, it's amazing that you're here today, because we have talked, you know, people have said, well, maybe we could allow maybe a man to come and join our club, but we've said this is not what Lizzie Dry and Carrie Glazer wanted. They wanted a Ladies Friday Musical Club.
I appreciate you letting me come.
But the club also looks toward the future. It funds musical scholarships. Since 1912, it's made St. Louis Symphony Orchestra tickets available to music students. The bonds among these women are strong, producing lifelong friendships. When a stroke left pianist Joanna Lang with use only of her left hand, her friend Audrey Hammond composed a special piece for her to play.
Instead of taking flowers, when I visited her, I took a piece of manuscript paper on which I had written, not too much, but for left-hand piano. She got up from her chair, hobbled over to the piano, and sight read it beautifully, and said, "Oh, I guess I won't resign from the club."
My life goes on in endless song.
So if there is an answer to the question of why, after 125 years, a St. Louis ladies' musical club could still be as alive and well as ever, it must have something to do with the inexhaustible power of music and friendship.